Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bunny. I'm back again for a whole new video. I am so sorry for the late upload. Pretty much, I'm just trying to, like I've mentioned before, I'm trying to just keep up with regular uploads just because I know whoever watches me on a regular basis, that's what they're used to. I've just been busy with a lot of things. A lot of stuff is just going on right now. So, I'm just trying to keep up with everything that's going on. So that's why, my upload schedule with whoever does watch me on a regular basis, that's why it's like a little like up in the air right now because I just have too much stuff going on that's like on my mind. But I'm not going to get into that because this is not a depressing video. This is actually a video to give you guys advice on something, and pretty much this is going to be like what not to do when it comes to dealing with people and how you would look retarded if you do this. So, this is like a video on pet peeves. Now, I know I'm not the only person in the world that has pet peeves. Anybody that's ever been around people have pet peeves. Pretty much, if you don't know what a pet peeve is, a pet peeve is not only when something like bothers you, but it's like something that it annoys you so much to the point where you're so agitated that it ruins your whole day, kind of, because it's like it's an irritating trait that, like, if you knew someone that has it, you just don't want to be around them, type of thing. Like, it's not even like you're just like annoyed by it and you're just like whatever. You're so annoyed by it that you just can't handle the fact that someone would do that. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this video. Pretty much, my first pet peeve is that person that gets a bottle of water. Now, let me demonstrate for you. They get a bottle of water. Like, now, imagine if this was a bottle of water. Just use their imagination. And they go like this. Watch. Now, they go like that. Now, you're probably like, what's wrong with that? Now, they take a sip of the water. And then they throw the water bottle away. Mind you, the water bottle is filled up. Still all the way to the top. So it's still a water bottle where you can drink the water from. The water is not hot. The water is still at a good temperature for you to want to drink it. And you just take a sip and you throw it out. How wasteful. That is like the worst thing I've ever seen someone do. The first time I've ever saw someone do that, I wanted to physically slap them in the face and say, what's wrong with you? Like, if you're not thirsty, you could have got like a little cup of water, took a sip of the water, and threw out the little cup and kept pushing. You didn't need to physically like get a whole water bottle just to take a sip to throw out the whole water bottle. Like, that's retarded. On to my next one. My next pet peeve is the people who say they have a clean pussy. Now, you're probably like, what the fuck? You could call it a pussy, you could call it, a coochie, whatever you prefer to call it. I hate the people that do that. And what I mean by that is the person that they won't wash their hands, but they'll say they have a clean pussy, and then they'll go in the kitchen and they'll cook dinner for their family or something like that. Apparently, it's like an island thing, because I found out from someone I know that they said their mother did the same thing where she kept saying she has a clean pussy, but the bitch never washed her hands. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, apparently it's an island thing that a lot of island women think it's okay to do that. I don't know where they thought that was okay. I don't know how. I just had so many unanswered questions as far as the whole, like, my pussy clean. I just wiped myself, but, I'm going to go cook a steak dinner for the family. That shit don't make no sense to me. I mean, this pet peeve kind of goes into the next pet peeve of the people who don't wash their hands. Because even though it's like the same thing, it's still fucking gross. Like, how do you not wash your hands? Like, come on. Like, that's something you learn when you're like 2. Like, 1 or 2. Like, how do you not know how to wash your hands? Like, or how do you not choose to, like, how do you choose not to wash your hands? Like, come on now. Like, I've physically seen women when I would go to the bathroom at work, like not one of those bathrooms where it's like the individual bathroom where you can't see if the person washed their hand. I'm talking about like if you work in a workplace that has like stalls. So like when you walk out, you get to see who washes their hands and who doesn't because all the sinks are right there. Like I physically seen a lady do that. And I was like, oh my God, like, how do you not wash your hands? And I was looking at her too, hoping, not like staring or anything, like on some creepy shit, but like I was looking over, hoping that she was gonna wash her hands. And this bitch didn't grab any water, any soap, no nothing, no hand sanitizer, like nothing. She just kept it pushing like it was okay. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, even, like, hear me out. I even told people I would respect someone more for using hand sanitizer after, like, using the bathroom. And for whatever reason you didn't have soap or you didn't have access to soap, then you being a nasty motherfucker and, like, not fucking washing your hands or using hand sanitizer. That's gross. Like, why? Like, and then they always the ones that's like touching their face and their hair and, you know, trying to touch people and shake their hands and shit. And it's like, and then it's like, and then they eating food knowing that their hands are dirty. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I can't. I don't know if you guys think that's gross, but I think it's super gross. I think it's like the worst thing that you could possibly do. I think the next pet peeve that I have is when someone says, I don't care. Now you're probably like, why would that be a pet peeve, or why would that bother me if someone says I don't care? It's not that it bothers me. It's just that usually people who are like, oh, I don't care, is usually the person that they had a whole discussion about something that they were like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. You always do this, and they're getting like all annoyed by it and shit. But then they're saying, I don't care. If you don't care, why the fuck are you telling me about it? Shut the fuck up, keep it moving, do whatever the fuck you were about to do, and shut the fuck up. Damn, I said shut the fuck up like 3 times already. But like, yeah, like that's how I feel about it. It's like, just be quiet about it and keep it pushing. If you don't care, your actions are gonna show you don't care. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why do you have to say you don't care? Like, that's so retarded. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it really doesn't. That's like trying to say you don't like cake, but then you eat cake every day. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you don't care, your physical actions and your heartlessness will show because you don't care. You don't have to say that you don't care. Like, you're wasting air, you're wasting time. You aged in those couple of minutes by saying you don't care, and you look retarded. Because then you're going to have that person thinking, whether they're laughing at you or they're agreeing with you or whatever, you're going to have them thinking that deep down that you care, you're just afraid to say that you care. If that makes any sense. Like, you don't have to say it. You know, there's certain things that, like, for example, I'm going to give you a couple examples so that way you can understand better what I mean. Like, for example, like, if you love somebody, yes, it's nice for you to say I love you to somebody from time to time. But if you truly love somebody, your actions will show that you truly love that person, and they will never question your love because you actually truly love them. But if your actions show otherwise, then that person is going to question if you love them or not. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes certain things don't need to be said. They're already shown. You get what I'm saying? Because usually the person that has to say it, they're like trying to reassure it for themselves or trying to throw it in that other person's face. Like, yeah, I don't care, so you're going to be upset. Like, you know, like a little kid, like, you know, they just stole a lollipop from another little boy or a little girl, and they're like all excited. Like, what are you, like 5? Like, grow up. And I think the last thing that's like a pet peeve for me is, I would probably say the person that cuts you off when you're trying to have a conversation with them. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do this from time to time, whether I'm having a good conversation with somebody or a bad conversation. I do this from time to time, but it's like I really don't realize I'm doing it until after I do it, and I'm like, oh, my bad. The only time I do it where I'm like not really thinking about it because I'm so agitated and annoyed is if I'm actually physically having an argument with somebody. If I'm arguing with you, more than likely I'm not going to be thinking about how I'm cutting you off as far as having a conversation with you. I'm just saying. Because that physically happened to me today where I was having a conversation with somebody and they kept cutting me off and they kept repeating their same statement about, oh, well, if this person wanted to do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, that's not the point. Like, so I had got so annoyed that I was like, can you shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes? So then what made it funny wasn't the fact that I said, can you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes? It was the fact that they got annoyed and kept focusing on the fact that I told them, can you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes? And it's like, that's your fault. Like, if you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and let me say what I had to say, we wouldn't even be in this situation. We wouldn't even be arguing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this, like, the fucking same person that says, I don't care. Like, they always think someone's trying to argue with them because you, like, give valid points of whatever you're fucking talking about. And they're like, well, I don't care. Bitch, I ain't arguing with you. What the fuck? Do you not know what an argument is? An argument is when a person gets upset and they're getting agitated by what you said. If the person isn't getting agitated by what you said, they're not arguing with you. Duh, duh, duh. Like, people are fucking stupid and people don't know anything. Like, that's all I have to say about this whole fucking pet peeve shit. Like, but to end out this video, because I don't want to make it any longer than what it needs to be, because I was only talking about pet peeves, comment down below if you know anybody that does any of these pet peeves, and do these pet peeves drive you crazy, or you want to just slap them in the face or curse them out. Let me know. I'm really curious. You can also reach out to me on my social media if you like, to let me know how you feel. And this is Bunny. I hope to see you in the next video. Please help the Bunny gang grow, and you have a good night. Bye.